microphone?
Dude, I didn't see you guys using a microphone in the other one sometimes.
Well, this is new. I just got this.
So,
Yeah, we're rolling. Okay.
Are we rolling?
Does that thing say record on your screen?
Yeah.
Then we're fucking rolling.
Fuck.
Come on, man.
Sorry.
Okay, hold on. Let me mess with the. I need some headphones so I can gauge the. I think that's good. Yeah, Connor Snapchat. We're just going. We're just out here.
All right, we'll get to the Connor Snapchat, but let's start with something great. In all honesty, I'm actually curious about this. It popped into my head. You know, like sometimes when you're talking about stuff and like, you're not talking about, but thinking about things and like out of nowhere, you know, you're just chilling and like some old memory pops up into your head and just makes you laugh because it's like a comical memory you just remembered.
Of course.
Dude, I just remember that clip of Dolce eating those like edited, of course, Doritos, and you just always telling me like, you know, I realized why we didn't win that contest, and that was because we're not supposed to feed animals the product, and that was one of the rules. So in all honesty,
I need to preface to the audience that back in the day, I was doing these contests. I'm kind of glad I grew out of them. Because I was seeking validation from these random ass like judges who were sponsoring these stupid. I mean, I actually had fun doing them. But anyway, it was one of those things. I don't know if I look at you or the camera.
You can just do back and forth. It's up to you.
Yeah,
I'll do back and forth. I'm just like,
just like, yeah. I guess since I'm speaking to the audience, I'll look at the camera. But I used to do these film contests, especially for Doritos. They would, hold contests, and then
this man went ham.
Yeah,
did not communicate with the world besides the contest and the people that were related to it.
I was deep,
but that's good. That's dedication.
Yeah,
work.
And my most proud video that I made for one of the Doritos contests was it Doritos Mix? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was like the one that had like the.
It was like different flavors and different like.
Some were spicy. They kind of were like powdered, like red, like hot Cheetos, kind of. Some of them like that.
Yeah,
one
but
of them was cheddar.
I guess that failed miserably though, because when's the last time you've seen those?
Yeah, true. But I honestly prefer those because like those generic bag of mixed chips called like Munchies.
Yeah.
My parents have been really hooked on those Munchies. I thought you were gonna say
Chex Mix or something like that.
Chex Mix, no, Chex Mix is not a variety, people. We need good chips and more good variety chips in this world. But Munchies is like the closest thing, and I don't mind the regular one, but I got gastritis, so it's a little bit harder eating all that stuff all the time. Yeah, so like anything acidic, like if I drink too much soda, or heck, if I drink too much beer or alcohol, which is very acidic, anything too acidic will just hurt my stomach. So it'll make it to where like, let's say if I don't take any medication and like I drink a lot of beer, I can really feel it. So like if I get like really gluttonous and eat a lot, I can really feel it. Like I'll feel bloated and all that. So, but it's not that bad. Like if I'm
that's like a curse from Satan. That's the worst thing you can get.
People have it worse. I have like a worse, less worse version of it, or a non-severe, not a severe version. I'm over here mixing my words.
I feel you. I'm blowing it out of proportion. But let me wrap up the story. My most proud, just blowing over here.
You just go F this story.
I have gastritis. Anyway.
You're good. We're going to jump back and forth, man. The story, this is a juicier story.
Hey, it's a podcast. We're just going to go on tangents. It's a conversation.
But we should definitely finish the tangents. So
yeah, let's hop
back to the stomach thing after the Doritos.
Yeah, after the Doritos, we'll hop back on the stomach thing, and then we'll get back to Connor, and then we'll talk about...
My stomach is not that important to where I feel offended.
Of course. Oh, your lights shut. What happened to your lights? Okay, here we go.
It's slowly alternating. For some reason, it's doing its own thing. Just let's go with the flow. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of like the idea of never getting to the Doritos story, because we just keep getting distracted, and it's like an hour in.
Anyways, he thought he could do the contest, and we did. With a lot of takes, with me being awkward and laughing, we finally got it done. But he forgot to realize in the rules that you were not supposed to film the animal eating it, and Dolce ate the extreme chips, and he flew through the roof.
Here's the thing, Michael. No one knows who Dolce is, and no one knows what the hell the contest is about, because I didn't get to finish.
True, but I feel like they probably would not assume to give the animal the food to convince people to eat it. Hey, my friend's dog eats this. You should definitely eat these chips.
In the video, I had the whole theme of it was like Michael is about to eat these Doritos Mix, the new flavor brand that they were coming out with, and then I slapped it out of his hand. I'm like, Michael, you can't handle this explosive flavor of the cheese in this, something like that. And then as I smack it out of his hand, the chip lands elsewhere, and then Dolce, Michael's dog, eats the chip. and essentially flies out of the ceiling. He can't handle the cheesiness himself. He's just a younger bull. He's just a young dog.
He's a youngling.
I'm very proud of that video. I think one of my best edited videos that I made, and I'm glad you were in it and you were very patient with me. I'm surprised you didn't choke me out because I had you.
I was surprised you didn't choke me out for fucking up constantly and laughing.
Well, I mean, for one thing, I filmed it at your house.
Yeah.
Using up your time. I think you were in school, right?
Yeah, but I was playing Call of Duty mostly around that time. So what was I going to lose?
I mean, fair enough.
Besides getting mad, the Rage compilation you compiled during that time period that we fucking did that whole video.
Yeah. I still haven't put that out.
You were like, this is payback for all the bullshit you put me through.
That's probably the greatest thing.
We drove, how far, did we go to get that Call of Duty game?
Where was that?
All the way for Modern Warfare Remastered.
That was sketchy as shit, too.
Yeah.
Michael bought a Call of Duty game. I was just there to tag along and
another one, one of those apps like Mercari or I think Let Go where you meet people.
I think it was Let Go.
It might have been Let Go. I found a Call of Duty game for a good deal, so he went over there and it was sketchy because the guy just didn't really speak to us.
He was really awkward.
Yeah. He just kind of spoke in short bursts. It was just like, yeah, this is the good one, and then he just gave us the game. The case was kind of cracked. Thank God the disc was in good condition. But I'm pretty sure I sold that game later on. So
to his defense, I really love that game too. I'm mad that you sold it. But to his defense, he was probably thinking the same thing we were. Like, which one is going to pull the gat out on me?
I think we both had the same.
Honestly, because he was just one guy, and then I'm not, I'm not, jacked or nothing like that. I got a little.
Technically, it's like Craigslist where you meet people, but it's, I guess, safer maybe just because, it's an app where you have to actually install it and fill out your information and all that.
But my thing is, I always want to meet in public. Everything I've ever sold or everything I ever bought on Let Go. Yeah. I'm like, hey, let's go to the Publix on Bells Ferry.
Crazy.
Let's pull up at the Sonic.
Did you ever?
Let's go to Universal Studios. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of traction. It's the season. Kids are out of school. Let's just have a lot of people around us and get this transaction going. Bada bing, bada boom.
I guess so. Did you ever meet Marcus's friend Chris Lopez?
No.
He had bought 2 PS4s and we were supposed to meet this dude on Craigslist in at the Target parking lot over by Woodstock Square on 92. And when we go meet the dude, we were just he wasn't there, so we waited 30 minutes. So he was 30 minutes late. And then when he finally showed up, he just was like a weird looking dude, average build, brown hair. Just walked up to us, said, here you go. Told us flat out that one of the controllers were broken, even though in the description, they were all functioning, everything was working fine. He just goes, this one doesn't work. So we had one controller, and
did you pay for the same price?
Well, he paid. Apparently, Chris just paid for it because Marcus let Chris stay with him whenever his mother wouldn't let him live over there. But that's harsh growing up, so he would stay at Marcus's a lot.
Yeah. So
he just, I guess, felt like he repaid the favor. He loved his family.
Right.
Go visit his aunt in South Carolina and all that. Rest in peace to her. She was found her sleep. So.
Wow, that got heavy really fast. Okay.
No, it's okay.
Rest in peace, though.
Yeah, we've all moved on, but it'll be all right. But on the good side, I think. Having that one of those PS4s actually is with me right now. So.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, Marcus doesn't really use his PS4, so he lets me borrow it. I did have to give back the Switch though. The Switch is gone. So.
The Switch is gone. Well, you got a PS4. I want a PS4. I do got one more Let Go story.
For sure. Let's go on to that.
Bro, I sold some Nike Prestos, but the off-white kind. And I know you don't know what that is, but maybe I'll put a picture right here.
Was it? Can we get a picture of that, please? We'll pull it up.
We're gonna pull it up. Pull it up. Got a clip. Just both looking at the picture right now. Okay.
All right.
So
those are pretty nice shoes.
Yeah, they're dope. They're sick, bro. And I had a fake pair. I got some knockoffs. I wear knockoff shoes. What can I say? I actually bought some today. My Travis Scott Jordan 1s. I don't think I can reach them.
Travis Scott released a line of shoes. Travis Scott released a line of shoes.
Travis Scott has a McDonald's deal. They're trying to appeal to the damn. I have my shoes all over your couch. I apologize.
He has a deal with McDonald's.
He has a deal with McDonald's, I guess, to appeal to the millennial audience, as if millennials aren't broke anyway and eating at McDonald's only.
So what's the deal?
I think it's a menu. I think it's the Cactus Jack menu, and I think it's debuting September 9th.
Is it like a broke people menu or something?
I don't know if it's a broke people menu. I just think it's It's like a Travis Scott, like, I guess like a burger they're coming out with. I don't know if it's a menu or if it's one burger.
That's weird. Specifically because celebrities never really work with food like that. Maybe it's because they think it'll usually not lead to income, or maybe they're just bored. They don't want to do.
There's exceptions for when you like go to like a restaurant or whatever, and it's like Rocky Balboa was here, and we named this burger after the Balboa burger because this is the
I might know that, but I meant like restaurants like named after like like people.
You're talking about the like
famous, like, oh, this is a hotel, not hotel, like a restaurant owned by like Robert De Niro or like Al Pacino or something. Like it's this personally owned restaurant, so they would have like custom expensive food, cuisines and all whatnot.
I feel you. It is strange. I understand the move to a degree, but it's like young people are already going to McDonald's. So what are you trying to gain?
I guess so.
And giving
not everyone
him
has the same taste in food.
Right. I don't know if it's a new burger. Then I guess I don't know.
I've had burgers from McDonald's, and they definitely just don't have like, it's like, I'm not saying you're eating rubber, but it definitely doesn't have a lot of flavor in the middle. It's more like you get more flavor on the outer part of the patty.
Really?
That's what I taste more. Burger King has more flavor overall.
Ooh.
But I think all fast food places,
I feel like you're in the minority for that. You're a minority in the minority.
Jeez,
that's what I told my
hitting
cousin.
Hard already.
That's what I told my cousin this morning.
Bad.
I told my cousin that he had an unpopular opinion. I told him the same thing. Hey man, you're a minority in the minority.
I guess
that's a double M. That's M squared.
But I'm just picky with food. I just think that a lot of burgers need more like seasoning or some kind of like sauce put in like the middle, because like burger sauce is what my parents use or my brother uses for his burgers, and it definitely.
When you say burger sauce, you talking about the orange shit?
I don't know. It's just like sauce like you put like inside it when you bake it or make the patty.
Oh.
And my brother made it with that, and like it just adds like a whole different. It makes you be able to like eat like 3 burgers if you really hadn't eaten anything at all in the day.
I do feel like homemade burgers is the way to go, but I don't know. I haven't ate McDonald's and
I don't know what it is about McDonald's and Burger King. I guess like they're probably Are they frozen patties, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I assume so. I just
Bro, those shits aren't even real.
Yeah.
I saw this not Google Play. I saw this Google like headline. Like I'll log into my phone and Google has like a bunch of the headlines and like news that they think I'm interested in, which I turned out to be very interested in.
It's like they got one thing related that you like, but the rest is like like
Kylie Jenner got
or
like
like dead turtles on the road, and you're just like, what?
Yeah, there's stray cats in Canton. I'm like, okay, the sky is blue,
Yeah, but then it's like local thrift shops that have must-have treasures, and you're like, that's related.
And then I'm like, my heart on is raging.
Whoa, we're gonna take a break, guys.
And back for our commercial.
I'll just fucking get up and leave.
Yeah, and I finished the podcast by myself for the rest of the hour. But
yep.
I kind of feel like holding these shoes, just to flex, I guess.
Go back to the shoes. So you got these. I know Travis Scott was making a burger. But before we got sidetracked on that, we were talking about how you got those shoes.
Travis Scott is making a burger. I don't know if you guys can see that. You guys can see it in the shot.
They look nice though. Like I don't even care if they're like you consider them they're not real, but like I mean. Compared to what I have for shoes, I appreciate that you go through a collection because you appreciate shoes. You just know you're not going to burn a hole in your pocket for shoes that you might not even wear if you have the real version. Because I know people collect them.
Mm-hmm.
They sell them to the highest bidder, and it's just like, I mean, honestly, if I had the money to spare and I really was about the shoes, maybe I'd do that because I can understand the perspective.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm just like, there's no way that I would spend that much.
No, I feel you, bro. These are like.
But I do understand the authenticity when you get one. It's like holding like the GD lamp, and when Aladdin was seeing the GD lamp, and he was like holding it like, oh, this is the sacred. It builds it up.
Well, I wouldn't say that, homie, but I just like how they look. I wouldn't consider myself like a sneakerhead, right? I'm not that deep into it. I really don't care that much.
That's why I assume that's why people like love collecting the shoes that they're never gonna wear.
Exactly. Yeah. Like that's why I buy the knockoffs, because like the knockoffs are obviously based off like hype sneakers, and the big brands such as Travis Scott, they look the coolest as opposed to something you could get at I guess Finish Line.
So in terms of like fake, what do they do that's fake about them? Is it just like because they're not the brand itself, or is it because they use cheaper materials?
So that's an interesting question. There's like a huge gray area with knockoffs, because a lot of people say, okay, it's the same. Everything's made in China anyway.
Yeah,
it's the same companies making the knockoffs as the like real ones or whatever. It's a weird kind of debate going on with that. So I don't exactly know what make these fake. I wish I could get my hands on the real ones, because I've seen a lot of sneaker comparison videos between like, here's a real and here are fake.
Yeah, is it like a slight difference, or is it like once they tell you, you can figure it out after that?
There's some good replicas out there. There's some like very solid replicas.
Dang. So do you think because people are well versed? Do you think people are well versed in that? So when it comes to like trading over, or like buying them in the market for that, when it comes to like selling them out, people get stiffed a lot, or do you think it's very low chance?
There's a good amount of people that are very like legit sneakerheads. They know. I mean, not by looking at these head on, and even looking at them on feet. Like if you see,
but do you
these
think
at
the
a
average
distance,
person, if they bought convincing enough counterfeit shoes, like newer model shoes,
average person probably get like fooled by
and juke someone with them?
Yeah, average person probably get like duped by these here.
Dang, but, how much are they compared to the actual price?
These got to be like 1,000 something. Maybe in the
1,000. That's crazy.
In the
so do you know, like when it comes to like shoes, like do you know, like is it just because it's the brand that makes it so expensive, or is it like the materials that they may use to make it, or can anyone make that shoe?
It's just the name. I feel like, bro, everything is the name nowadays. It's kind of like the Supreme brick.
Because I don't mean to hate on any products, because all our daily products are what keep us going,
bro.
But
consumerism is stupid.
What's terrible about products nowadays, like I feel like back then they were more authentic. And now they're using, I've heard like everything's now used with cheaper production or material or something like that.
Yeah, I'll say there's not a lot of thought that goes into it anymore. It's kind of like nowadays it's just people putting their name on something, and since the name is on it, it's like now I can rack up the price like $800.
Yeah. It's like how you said Supreme can just slap its name on a soap bar or a brick and people will sell out.
Exactly.
It's like crazy.
It's a weird culture we're living in. Like in Cali, like with the Supreme store and everything, there's like a long ass line of kids just waiting to buy like a shirt. It's super weird.
How does that demographic even become like popular? You know what I mean? Like, you know how you see Supreme's like the big brand of like clothing for specific like art, like teenagers and maybe like pre-adults and stuff like that. Is it just like it just happens because of the setting right now we're in?
That's a good question. I don't know what deems something as popular.
Like,
I don't even know
why people
origin.
Specifically go to like Abercrombie and all that, because everyone has a different sense of clothing, and like the people I've been around don't just wear generic Abercrombie, Hollister, or Apostle, or even American Eagle, and it's not, and they're not wearing Gucci, of course, but like it's just weird to see like many people don't wear like brand clothing unless like they're really trying out there, or if they come from like a nice part of town.
Yeah. Maybe it's the designer of Off-White, Virgil Abloh. He's his beginning was like he would just print random designs on like T-shirts, and how he started popping off and became one of the biggest designers in the world. He screen printed like text that said Pyrex on the back of a jersey. And he had some rap artists wear it that were doing like a music video, and then all of a sudden that blew up. I don't even know what the fuck Pyrex means, but
I guess just because they think it's cool, like how people think like when people say lines in movies like "I'll be back," and they think like that's cool. It's like culture, maybe.
It's just a name attached to it, because once those big rap artists are wearing that thing, anybody of influence doing that thing, then people are looking at that like, okay, he's doing it, I'm gonna do it, and I've fallen victim to that.
I guess it's like, so like if people see like Post Malone wearing like a certain brand, he'll like promote it because he's like, I'm wearing this, so people should buy this. He's not technically saying it directly, but it's hinting it because he's wearing the clothing and supporting the clothesline.
Exactly.
Clothing
like
line.
Champion.
Yeah,
bro, I was wearing that in middle school, like getting sweaty as hell in gym.
Yeah.
Now it's like Zoomies is selling that shit. Like, what?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Zoomies is expensive.
Zoomies is expensive.
Freaking for no reason. The material for the shirts, I'll never justify it enough. I don't know if it's just for the anime clothing line or for their whole clothing line, but a lot of those shirts materials, man, they just feel like...
I like the designs, though.
The designs are good, but I mean, it's like not worth it. Like, unless you get like a big shirt, so that's why I probably just want to get a medium.
I feel you.
No, because I'm fat or anything, I swear.
I don't know. I just really like skate culture is really sick. Cause
like the right kind of like I pick specific clothing, but yeah, like I like the cat, the cat one.
oh yeah, where it's peeking out the pocket.
Yeah, like the
adorable.
unique ones. I love the shirt pocket one where like it's all like the specific. I think it's like pink or white,
Yeah.
and then you see him in the shirt pocket just peeking out. I love stuff like that.
Yeah, skate brands are fire, bro. Because there's like it's very weird
The aesthetic,
Yeah.
Some of the people I like the scene of it where they go on the road, like it's called like I think King of the Road, where they'll do challenges in like a book, and like whoever scores the most points gets like a sponsorship or get a bunch of prize money and gets put on the next Thrasher magazine.
Oh really?
It's really cool culture, like it brings a lot of people together, and you could definitely see like a lot of people who come from nothing definitely like express themselves the most through that, and it's awesome.
Have you seen mid-90s?
No, I've heard that skating like back in the day was also unique for its time.
It's such a tight movie. It's like the epitome of what you said in terms of bringing people together. It's just about this kid who is kind of sort of an outcast, and he finds a group of skaters, and he starts out being like I guess the bitch boy in a way. He's like he just wants to fit in, so he's bringing the waters and stuff like that. And otherwise, he's just kind of sitting in the corner, just watching them skate by. And they're like, "Hey, whatever his name was, hey, bitch fart, hey, prolapse stainers, go get us some water." And he would run and get them some water. And then homie was sipping the water, and he'd be so happy and stuff like that. Actually, the same homie that voiced Atreus in God of War.
I haven't played a single God of War, but I've been meaning to get to them.
But yeah, it's that same kid. He's a great actor. But anyway, his relationship with these skate kids and these teenagers start to grow, and he becomes like one in the group. And there's this like beautiful scene at the end. Like a spoiler alert if you're waiting to see mid-90s
movies, guys.
If you're waiting to see mid-90s, I apologize. But they all get into a terrible accident after leaving a party, and his mom comes to the hospital and everything, right? And she's like, the whole movie, she was against the skater guys. She was like, they're a bad influence. You don't know much about them. They're smoking dope and, they're getting drunk at parties. You can't be around these guys. She walks into the hospital room. Anal fart poop shit is just sitting, all hurt and stuff like that. I think he was the most injured one, obviously, since he's the main character. He's just broken up in the hospital bed. Mom walks in the room, looks around, all the homies are there, just like sleeping, right, on the chairs. It's actually a very sweet scene.
Yeah.
And she's like, you can see it in her face. There's no dialogue in it, but the movie did a very good job of like, this is what the culture of skating.
Maybe showing you the wholesomeness in that aspect.
Yeah. And this is what the culture of skating did for this kid. He made some friends.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. Maybe what you can,
But I know what you mean, like I'd say people like that are skating typically stick together, you see them stick together a lot more than like just a typical friend group that just does, they do stuff, but they're not skaters. You see a lot more unison and stuff like that. They tend to like actually go out and like Terrell, Terrell goes a lot. My friend Terrell goes skating all the time with his friends Trevor, like Nick and all them, and it's crazy how much time he puts in. And I always hear like that Terrell's like really skilled and he's just trying to make a name for himself while working, I think, as a cook or a dishwasher. But he makes it's like definitely like,
I feel like it's easy to make friends out there.
You're more approachable, I guess, because you're always out there, so you could tell like you're putting really hard effort into something, and people can see that, and people see stuff that's cool and stands out. It's definitely like something. It's better than just like seeing someone just do the normal things you'd see in this town, like the old dude that you see running around all the time around like passing Walmart and all that around Bell's Ferry.
Shouts out to that guy.
He used to be apparently like an ex-business owner. He used to be a big corporate money man.
Really?
Yeah. But now he's retired, of course, and he has like the whole philosophy: you got to keep going. And
have you spoke to him?
No, I just saw like an interview about it, like in a magazine, like not a magazine, but a newspaper article about him.
Oh,
yeah, it was like I think in the Cherokee Tribune, or I don't know. I could be talking out of my ass right now.
I can see that.
But
that man is iconic. He's a legend. I've only seen him once in my life, but I know exactly who you're talking about. Wearing short ass shorts. Old white guy,
looks built like he's barely running, bro. He's like fucking like looks like the legs are gonna snap at any minute.
Dude, he looks like if you dipped wheat bread in like a swimming pool and then put 2 toothpicks on the bottom of that piece of wheat bread of that.
Bro, he looks like a bun of swing dipped in fucking honey barbecue or some kind of honey glaze.
I look at him, and 26 years of my life are taken away. That's how old he is.
Yeah, I don't know how old that dude is, but he looks like dried out leather.
He's ancient, but also it's like how inspiring is that? Like I want to be there.
Oh, it's definitely motivating considering he did a lot, and I definitely want to make some kind of impact, of course, just like everyone else does. So
That's just so tight that he's at that age, just whatever age he is.
But relating to that, it gave me motivation to get up. Every time I lay down somewhere, I just feel like I want to go to sleep. If I feel like I've done a lot. I just really just want to go to sleep because I go to bed so early now. But we're really trying to stay up. Ironically, trying to fight the healthiness in that way.
It's a nice feeling to do something of any productivity.
Yeah, of course.
And then it's like, okay, now I can get in bed, maybe eat some cereal, maybe watch X videos, whatever.
Videos, don't say that, man.
Sorry,
we're gonna edit that out, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize for his fucking indecency. Jesus.
Maybe I could restart. We're gonna restart that. Say what you said.
Anyway, so he's eating cereal. He likes to eat cereal before bed, and I think you were saying, I think someone that I don't quote me if I'm wrong on this, but someone told me I was out in public talking about cereal, and they said that cereal was just human kibble. And I was pretty baffled by that statement. I was like, it's not wrong, but he's not right. It's also just a harsh interpretation of that.
Cereal's just human kibble?
It's like how, dogs eat that cereal looking food that it's just all hard little crunchy shit. But
cereal is human kibble?
Because apparently, from what the person said, they said it has no nutritional value. Not entirely, because people eat Cheerios and all the healthier cereals like Fiber One. But
I was about to say, not everything is Lucky Charms.
But most cereal, the ones that you eat, that aren't specifically made to do something, typically it doesn't do much. It's not a lot of food for you for breakfast. Apparently, for breakfast, you're supposed to have more than a bowl of cereal.
Oh no, I don't eat cereal for breakfast. I eat cereal once a day, just because I'm trying to gain weight since I look like a broomstick. So it's one of those things where I'm trying to just carb up, and I eat a bowl of cereal before bed. But I want to get back to that guy's statement, the cereal being human kibble. He's saying it in a way like dogs are the overlords, and they developed cereal for us. You know what I mean?
I guess maybe that's a weird interpretation or take on that.
That's what I'm saying. It's I
think of it more as it's just. It
would make more sense if he was kibble is just cereal for dogs.
I just I wish the cereal that was healthy was tasty or a s'mores flavor.
You don't like Honey Bunches of Oats?
I do, but you get sick of it. That's why I think about breakfast. It's I never have the motivation to want to make eggs or toast or anything specific. I just wish I could have the tools to make a Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit.
I don't even think that's good for you though. I mean, chicken, the protein and everything,
but the biscuit
it's all greasy
is so
and salt.
good, man.
Of course it's delicious, but it's for one, what I do, I make a protein shake every morning, so I guess I'm already out of the conversation.
He's already one of those guys. All right, we're going to go to a commercial break real quick.
So back to what I was saying. It's one of those things. So here's what I put here. I mean, because you guys want to know. I know you want to know.
Clearly, they want to know. Not everyone has heard this, so
I know you want to know.
Fair chance of hearing this, everyone.
Here's the deets.
Here's the laydown.
Here's what goes into my blender Monday through Friday.
Do you get sick of it? You get sick of it?
It's delicious, bro, and I vary it up.
Well, let's hear the rundown. All right, give me the list.
Eggs.
2
cups of eggs.
Yikes.
Egg stirs. I don't crack any eggs. I'm not Rocky Balboa with it. I get the. I'm a bitch. I get the.
You put the whole shell in there and you fucking blender.
I get the pre-stirred eggs. I get the liquid eggs. In the carton, in those skinny cartons.
I didn't even know that they had those pre-mixed.
They do, because I'm too
crack your eggs and.
I'm too good to crack eggs every morning.
I'm kind of old-fashioned when it comes to that kind of cooking. So.
Plus, I'll mess it up. If I try to crack an egg, I'll set something on fire. I'm incompetent. But that's besides the point.
Yeah, I would say my cooking's not too great either. I almost trying to make a pizza, and I forgot to take the stuff out of the oven that I store in there sometimes.
Jesus Christmas! So you just made a brick. You made a supreme brick in there.
Now my friend just goes, Michael, why is the oven smoking?
Michael, why is my house on fire?
As we were preheating the oven, so it was a pretty.
You were preheating the oven.
Pretty wild situation. Family did not trust me with any kind of kitchen appliance for a little bit. And I don't blame them.
I don't blame you. You almost set the house on fire while the oven was on preheat.
Ironically, brother was cooking something, and I had told him make sure everything's out of the oven, and stuff was in there.
I'm not going to lie to you. That's actually pretty impressive. to almost burn a house down while the oven is on preheat.
Okay, the house did not burn down. Nothing was set on fire. The oven was just
But
smoking.
it could have been. But
like my sister had some healthy chips, and they the bag had exploded from the heat, I guess, or the pressure.
Really?
Yeah, like chips were just charred. Some of the stuff fell inside, fell under the grills of where you hold the stuff in the oven. So you just had chips and a bunch of burnt chips just hanging under the grill itself on the very bottom.
Christmas!
So my neighbor had to come over and unscrew some of the parts so we could get all the debris out of the way.
You and your sister just need to stay away from that thing.
It was just me. My sister was the one who kind of she was the one who came home first because she was closest to home.
Mm-hmm.
And then she checked on the situation and all that, but it was okay. It was all right.
Well, that's good.
We learned from it,
Yeah. Also, don't use an oven, but yeah, that's good. So pre-stirred eggs, no cracks. One whole banana. A whole banana.
You just I imagine that.
I actually make Nutella sandwiches every morning with
Nutella.
Nutella.
Is Nutella even good for you? I've heard it's not good for you.
It tastes good.
Fine.
I mean, it's all in moderation because I eat it on the Saturdays and Sundays.
Oh, I thought you meant every day.
I think I did say every day, but I meant weekends. I eat breakfast and then I chop up some bananas.
You know what sounds good? I've heard PB&Js with bananas or something, honey or something.
I've had that. And I put honey on my Nutella sandwiches, so hey.
Jesus, that sounds so good.
It's amazing.
I always try to get from the Nutella in the pantry, but it's either my sister's or my brother's, so I try to steer clear from it because once they notice Nutella's missing, they pop off, dude. Nutella is healthy chocolate, but it's not. This is not. It's clearly not.
You know how I started eating Nutella? It was for a contest.
Of course, this man with the contest, he's over here Nutella's actually not bad. With this contest, I can learn a lot. All right, tell us the story.
This Italian bakery kind of thing was holding a contest, and they you had to showcase these little cookies that they made, these little rolls, and I didn't they didn't sell them in America. So I looked up a recipe to make something very similar to them so I could enter the contest and kind of finesse my way into some money. And one of the ingredients I saw for those same rolls were Nutella. I found that on YouTube and everything. Bought Nutella, bought the little dough and stuff like that. End of the day, it didn't work out.
Yeah.
But I'm here eating Nutella sandwiches. Hey.
You're one of the last living souls. That's a good song, dude.
I don't know who that's by. I'm kind of just nodding.
The Last Living Souls on Demon Days by the Gorillaz.
Oh, wow.
It's are we the last living souls?
Wow. I kind of just got exposed there. Shouts out to the Gorillaz.
You're the one calling me out earlier whenever, off this podcast, of course. Calling me out and you were like, do you hear the new Gorillaz song? And I'm over here just yeah, man, I did know if you're PacMan, or that's called, right? PacMan?
Yeah, and they're releasing all the lyric videos to that shit. So I hope they're
I'm gonna be honest, I like the first three, but I think after that I just wasn't really not that I didn't care, but it didn't grab me enough. I really want albums, but I guess this is the closest thing we're gonna get since Damon's main thing isn't the Gorillaz anymore.
Yeah, I'm at a place where I'm just because
he's already in his 50s, early 50s, but I honestly I would assume that's a lot of work, and I know he does a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely know it's a lot of work, but I also don't know the stress that a producer has. Is he basically a producer now? Or does he still make music?
The Gorillaz.
And what do you think of his band Blur? Did you just never really care for it? Because I know you did bring it up, but you never ever talk about it besides Gorillaz. So I'm assuming you like more what Gorillaz sounds like, and you don't really care for Blur because this is more a weird rock.
I wouldn't say I don't care for Blur. I just never gave him a chance. I can.
I have an album saved, and it's good. I just never listened to it again.
I was about to say, I just need to listen to it. I only know song number 2 or song number 7. What's the one, woohoo, that I always bring up to you?
Are you talking about the ones woohoo?
Ran up in the woohoo.
That was...
Oh, man,
are you talking about I happen? I'm feeling glad I got sunshine.
No, this is by Blur. The song track 2.
Technically, they're both by David, so...
Hey, they're different bands.
Oh, yeah, I had a question. So, you know the song Dare by the Gorillaz?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, David's not singing it, so who's the one that's you've got got the pressing on you.
I don't know who that is. I wish they.
Like, I know they always say it's like Damon behind like the music, but like, does he make like all the lyrics and they just sing it, or the people that sing that song like in it come up with it, or does he just collaborate with them?
I'm sure it's a lot of different writers every time.
Like
they work with a lot of.
Because the closest thing you get to seeing anything like that was the music bites with not the music bites, but like the episodic music. Where like I try to think, what's that music video of that one band where it's like, you've got potential, so fucking special.
Slow Tie.
Yeah, like that one. That's when you saw them at the recording studio. I love seeing stuff like that. It makes like it's nice seeing like roomy recording studio sessions where they're just chilling out.
You need to watch the documentary. The
Gorillaz movie that you were talking about that was going to be in theaters that we missed.
Was it in theaters?
I think so. We were trying to see it, but I know you had gotten busy, or it was like around the time you were focusing on your new job.
I think I did tell you that, but then it ended up coming out on YouTube, and I was like, oh, okay, thank God I didn't waste my money on this.
Yeah, what's another?
I know what you mean, though. I wish they would credit. I mean, they do credit the artists, but not in the song titles, like how they do on rap music, because they work with hella people, bro.
What's other question? So remember the song Ascension? It's like, you are now to the tune of
You're still in the shot, right? You're still in your shot.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You know the song Ascension on the Humans?
Mm-hmm.
Who sings that? Who's the one that's like doing most of like the? Is that Vince Staples?
He featured on it.
Or is that, what song is the one that has Vince Staples? I can look that up.
That's the intro track, right?
No, that's just like the I've lost my robot and I'm no more.
Oh, well, you know what I mean. The first song. That's like a prelude kind of thing.
Do you know that song, Strobe Light? Where it's like, not Strobe Light. That's like, doo-doo-doo. I'm thinking of Submission, where it's like, don't try to hide away.
With Danny Brown?
Yeah. Who's the guy that's like, wish I could rain that battery?
I quite literally just said the name. Danny Brown?
Okay. Who's the chick?
I don't know who the chick is.
Are they all well known? Like, or are they just like full on like getting people they know? Because like
Danny Brown is one of the most notable rappers in Detroit right now. So yeah.
What's some songs that are well known by Danny Brown? Because if you can't name any, I'll just have to look them up my own time, I guess. But
probably OBD.
Many songs like maybe the radio played a lot. Like, was he around during like
I don't know
our freshman and sophomore years, or is he more like now?
Yeah, for sure. He was around the freshman sophomore years. I'm trying to think. He just put out a new album which was pretty good, and he has Run the Jewels, which you like on it.
Yeah. Run the Jewels is great.
Bro, what's that called?
What do you say the genre of Run the Jewels is? Like, it's hard. Like, is that considered hard rap, or what is that? Because other songs are like.
I think that's the best part about Run the Jewels, because you can't really classify them. Because I mean, obviously they're rap.
Have you listened to Run the Jewels 4 at all?
Yeah, I have. Not a lot though. Not a lot.
Have you ever heard the one that's like, where it's like, ooh la la, ah wee wee? That one's so good, dude. Like it's
good. I don't know. I haven't listened to it as much. I don't know why.
I'll definitely put you on that after this. But they've got like a lot of like good songs. Like, oh, dude, there's the one song I fucking love called "Never Gonna Look Back." Just the beat at the beginning. It's like do do do.
Dude, LP, the white guy in that group, he's probably one of the best producers of our time.
Is that the white dude he's with, Killer Mike?
Yeah, just said that. Yeah.
I just never knew his name. Honestly, I always want to say his name's Killer Mike, but it's not him.
Killer Mike's the
big
black
dude.
guy.
Yeah, he's the big dude.
Killer Mike's he's an Atlanta legend.
Yeah, he's. I just love how he sounds when he raps. He sounds like he's like a bunch of other rappers, but his voice is unique at the same time.
He's awesome, bro.
Has he always been around? Because like I know Run the Jewels became big like back when like Gears of War 4 dropped and stuff like that. Like, were they just now making a name, or were they like?
They haven't always been around. Like Run the Jewels hasn't always been around, but Killer Mike and LP has been around for a while.
Were they just under a different name, or were they doing their own things individually?
The same names. They just weren't making music together. Someone from Adult Swim introduced them to each other, but LP.
Really? All that from Adult Swim?
I think so. Some guy, but LP was making music. He had his own label and everything. He had this underground collective called Def Jukes, I think.
Yeah.
In New York, and that had other rappers such as Aesop Rock, Mr. Something, and like Atmosphere, a bunch of really dope like low key New York artists, and then Killer Mike, he was doing his own thing. I don't know too much of his discography, but I know he was on Whole World with Outkast. He had that feature. So they both been around for a while, but Run the Jewels one, God, that came out years ago. But yeah, I think they linked up with someone from Adult Swim via
That's
Adult
awesome.
Swim.
Adult Swim is really like for some reason they're able to like do such cool collaborations for it just being a channel like be catering to older people.
It's really weird
on a block.
They really
like William Street is in Atlanta, right?
I'm pretty sure.
So like obviously like I'm sure Adult Swim always has these cool cutaways where like you look for the Adult Swim symbol and all that. But like I've always imagined William Street just being like this nice like ass place, but I'm sure I don't have no idea what it looks like because I don't really
know if it's just
I've always wanted
what.
to take a day to explore Atlanta, but I feel like a day isn't enough because there's so much to it.
Yeah, you got Krog Street and then you got.
I just want to explore it, you know. Besides like the negative parts to it, you know. I've heard it's a great city. There's so much stuff to explore. I love like the city part to it. It's like the only thing that's like, you know, like when we went to conventions, I felt like I was just in a whole new area. Like, I don't know if you play many mobile games or any like current online games. Like when there's like an event, you know, and it's only like a limited time to go and be running event, you know, where it's like a certain amount of days that this happens. That's how I felt like a convention is, where like I'm at this big event, people are all enjoying themselves, but at the same time I feel like I'm like secluded away from the main world when I'm there.
I feel you.
Not saying like it's an escape, but it's like at the same time like I know definitely there like it's just like a fun time because you get to see the city and you get to see a different side of it with people just walking around in costume.
The culture of Atlanta is pretty fire, and it is
because it's open to so many things.
Yeah, it is fun to be in it. In terms of driving in it, it's kind of a bitch. I almost hit a drunk guy.
Jeez, yeah, I think everyone's had the experience where they almost hit a car in Atlanta, or they were with a friend in the car and they almost got hit in Atlanta. A lot of times.
That's
but
fair.
Atlanta's one of the dangerous cities, or number one city. That feels like dangerous cities to drive around or get to.
Bro, I was driving to a concert to see Earl Sweatshirt, and there was this just drunk dude, and his daughter was on the sidewalk trying to get like Dad, come here or something like that.
Dad, come here.
And this guy's just in a suit, just and I'm like, Jesus Christmas.
Yeah. Random thing. Going back to Atlanta, what was that place you and Christian went to where Raph had the bike incident? Atlas Gaming or Axis?
Axis, yeah.
So I want your take on those. What do you think about those places where you pay to game at consoles when it's like you have the comfort of just gaming at your home? I know the public aspect, but it's like why would you pay just to play a game that you have on like an Xbox One over there all the way in Atlanta?
I genuinely have no idea. I was thinking about that's.
I'm sure you guys had fun when you went.
We had a lot of fun, but I did. That was in the back of my mind every time I went there, and I was like, why does Christian come here?
He always tried to get me to go, and like I get why he never like had like a real game to settle on unless it was like online or something.
Because I remember
he always like strange games.
I remember he mentioned he sold. I think he was trying to sell his gaming PC or whatever. And he was like, I don't really need it because I got the ones here. And I was like, what? Wait, what? It was just kind of strange, but it was a fun time. I guess the only thing is the atmosphere kind of aspect.
Because I know, like, wasn't it like if you bring your own consoles, it's like less or something, or
I don't know.
I know it's been a long time, but
it was weird.
Did you spend a lot of money there? Because I know that dude would always try to get me to go somewhere where it was like you got to pay, like it was like he knew, like it had to be paying. But you know,
pay to have fun nowadays.
Yeah.
But I mean, half the time you make your own fun for free, so
yeah.
Who knows? You just got to get creative with it. But I don't know. I had fun while I was there. Yeah, just playing random games. I was playing Call of Duty next to some guy, some black guy, and we kind of bonded for a bit. And it was cool. We were vibing.
Oof, speaking of bonding, guys, remember that time? I don't think were you there when we went to that Sensation Con?
Station? I don't think so.
You weren't there for that.
Where was that?
Arthur was with us. This is back when like the closest thing to like a new console was the Wii U, and it was when the new Super Smash Bros was like still a big thing, and Arthur would go to tournaments, and so he was a tournament at Station Con.
I don't think I was there. Yeah.
Well, he made friends there because I guess he happened to be the closest thing to be like the best player out of everyone there. So he made friends with this guy wearing like that armor that everyone like the Kakashi wears, that every ninja wears when they're in the war in Naruto. The green jacket that he was wearing, that he had long hair. Imagine Connor with brown hair, a little creepier looking but with glasses. And this dude,
Connor doesn't wear glasses?
No, or he does he? Sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes.
Okay, I was about to say. So Connor, but
depends on the mood. But either way, he was one of those weird guys where one of your friends is nice to them and they don't leave you alone, man.
Yeah.
He just followed us.
Oh, Kevin!
Just gonna interrupt the fucking podcast, dude. All right,
Kevin,
we're gonna go back to commercial real quick.
Kevin, get on the pod.
On the pod?
Get on the pod,
Get out of
bro.
the shot, dude. We got a guest star.
How's it going?
Anything you want to say to the viewers?
It's been a hot
Got a
minute.
Chick-fil-A
Is that a
bag.
test cam?
Yes, it
That's
is.
what they use from ASMR.
Is it really?
Yeah, man, that's it.
I just purchased that shit. Like 2 weeks ago.
What'd you bring me?
Nah, shit, bye.
Hot damn, this is
Damn.
awkward.
Guest spot. What's up?
Hell yeah.
Not much. Have any
anything to say,
finished
Kev?
words?
Uh,
What do you think about the Ranger?
third party. Can I say racist things?
Of course, bro. Say how you feel about me.
Oh my god,
Jesus.
dude. Great hair. Great hair.
Okay, nice save. Nice save. There was some restraint. I saw it.
Was it now? We're back from after our word from our sponsors.
Shouts out to Kev. That was nice.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude.
I miss him so much. Guys.
Yeah, we'll catch up after this podcast. I at least want to make it to the hour mark.
I was about to say, I noticed we're just like 45 minutes in.
We're
How's your
46.
battery?
Actually, get your fucking knowledge right, scrub.
How's your battery on your camera? Is it at 2 bars?
I don't even know the battery. Oh, it's at
Bottom right.
two. Yeah.
2's good.
I also
Okay,
had another
cool,
question. It would, after this, do you think you want to go to Taco Bell or something?
cool. Taco Bell, we can do
Taco Bell's
Bell.
on Canton. I was wondering if you could drive. If it would be a problem.
Oh, the one in Canton?
No, it's like right over here. Like,
I was about to say.
it's really close by.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like,
the
yeah,
one
okay,
in Town
cool.
Lake, right?
No, you know where you came from Canton. Where you go over the bridge and shit. You know where like the Publix is, the KFC, Taco Bell.
Yeah.
It's
Why
over
do you
there.
wanna go to that one?
Because it's super close. What do you mean?
I feel like the Town Lake one is closer, is it not?
No.
Oh, okay.
You literally cross the bridge and there's you just go straight for a sec. There's the Publix, the Chinese place, the bar,
Right.
the bagel place.
Okay, I don't know why I thought the other one was closer.
No, and if anything, technically you're closer because you can go to Town Lake faster because you live in Canton. So don't you go off the exit near the racetrack to get to Town Lake, or do you just drive back roads?
I just take Bell's Ferry.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Oh, have you checked out the documentary on Netflix? It talks about like the video games. I don't know if you've ever seen the documentary called "The Toys That Made Us," but it talks about the history of like
I've
popular
heard of that. I
toy.
haven't seen
Really good. I don't know if it's the same people, but it has the same like kind of feel to it. And I watched the one about PacMan, and they all like talk about like the early games. I didn't think it was gonna be interesting, but man, just anything about like history of gaming is like oh man, I'd love to. I don't know why, but I love to eat like specific good food when I'm watching like good shit.
The only fact I know about Pac-Man is that it used to be called Paku Paku, and that's the fact that I got from Scott Pilgrim versus the World, where he was trying to smooth talk that one lady Ramona.
Yeah, would you say that movie's good now? Like, did it age well?
Yes, bro.
What makes I don't mean to be a negative person because I can't judge the movie if I haven't even seen it, but I've always had like I hated it just because I never liked Michael Cera. But like, does he fit the role like for that? Because like
Of a shy, awkward guy
or
who
just
has to
or
fight
I don't
off
know how
the-
Scott Pilgrim plays because I know like Connor said like the manga where like he looks where he's animated, that guy looks really, I like how he looks for being a generic looking dude. I love the art style of it, you know. So just I guess maybe I'm disappointed that like clearly the movie doesn't look like anything like it, I guess, and I just don't like Michael Cera. So
Well, the movie doesn't look like it, anything like it, because it's real people, Michael.
no, I know it's just like a weird adaptation to go off of, you know.
Where you wanted to be a cartoon? Is that what you're saying?
I thought it'd be more cartoony, you know what I'm saying? It's just a weird movie that I don't know why people like it.
It's the best edited movie.
Like, is
I've
there
ever
actual
seen.
fighting in it? Is that what makes it
Yes,
good?
there's fighting. There's fight. For one thing, the writing for every character is hilarious. Because Michael Cera Scott is just this awkward guy who's kind of not really broke up with this high schooler and everything.
Yeah, he's like dating someone, right?
Yeah, he's like dating a high schooler at first, and everybody's making it a big deal. Like, you know, she's in high school. It's kind of weird, and like, you know, it is a big narrative with his past exes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
So what's the gimmick? Once he meets his new girl he likes, does he just like say he likes her, and she's like, "Oh, I got these evil exes" or something?
I have 10 evil exes or 7. I think it's 7. 7 evil exes that you have to fight. For one, the story is just convoluted as hell, but it's the whole thing is hilarious.
Like, are you able to jam pack all that? Because I didn't know if it was like, you know how like most adaptations are bad because they can't fit in all the story material in like that hour and 30 they get.
I never read the manga, so I wouldn't know. But I like
I'm
the
sure
movie.
if it got received well overall by viewers, I'm sure like that it probably was received well in general.
Bro, it's just so fun. It's one of the like best comedic writing that I've seen in terms of like
Does the humor attempt like relate a lot more to today or something? You think so?
It holds up for today. I feel
okay.
like. And then how people are with memes and shit like that. Have
you ever seen Rush Hour?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like 1 or 2?
I like both.
Dude, I think
2 is the best one.
Yes, dude. Fucking. Have you heard the jokes, dude? People got away with so much fucked up stuff, like racist Asian jokes and all that. Like,
I don't think it was that. I mean, except for Jackie Chan.
The part where he literally goes, "How am I gonna find you among all your people?" You know, all like that. But Chris Tucker's hilarious.
I mean, that's the case of a lot of movies.
Okay. Have you ever seen Silver Linings
Playbook? You're
Playbook?
still in your shot, right?
Yeah. Have you ever seen Silver Linings Playbook?
Yeah.
Do you know he was in that movie?
Wait, what?
You know he was in that movie?
Chris Tucker? No, he wasn't.
Yeah. In the beginning, when he's leaving the crazy place.
About The Blind Side.
Yeah. Oh.
Is that racist on my part?
No. What's the story on that? Is it just Sandra Bullock helping some guy who's a big dude who just happens to be retarded? Like, is that what that is?
He's not retarded. He's a big boy. He's a big boy who the education system failed.
Left him behind. What a tragedy, folks.
Bless his heart. I feel like you're too close.
So what? Does he become like a pro football player?
Okay, you're good.
Does he become like a professional football player? Is that like what makes it so crazy? Like, is he just really good because he cheats for his crazy physique?
Well, it's a heartwarming story because you know the scene where he's like, "I never had this before," and she was like a room of your own. And he was like a bed, and it's like a heart wrenching.
Is it based on a true story?
Yeah. And he said he's such a sweet guy, and he just wants to do like his best.
Well, who played him? The Rock?
The black guy?
Like, someone had to play him. He's a black dude.
What are you talking about?
I said, did The Rock play him?
No, Michael.
Oh.
Are you trolling me?
I don't know who played him.
Am I being trolled right now?
I don't know who played him.
It's some black guy. I don't know his name.
Was it the guy who's like, "Look at me, I am the captain"?
No, but he's a good actor though. He killed it. Whoever he is, I haven't seen him in anything else since, so it's kind of weird. I hope he's doing okay. But he was fantastic in that. But back to Scott Pilgrim, bro. Editing.
Oh God, here we go.
Writing.
This man's about to go in like he's saying he's about to relate it like to Spider-Man. How Spider-Man 2 had the best
I was just thinking about that as I started getting in my bag, bro.
We have to watch that movie.
This guy thinks Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man movie of all time.
It is. It has everything a Spider movie needs. And it appeals to everyone, every kind of Spider-Man.
Yeah, if you're 5. So say what you said again.
You think the Sam Raimi movies, the Spider-Man movies, aged well? Have you seen 3? They aged terribly. 1 and 3 are terrible. Let's watch 2, and then I'll give you my full review. 1 and
3 are terrible. 3 is terrible. 1 and 2 are two of the greatest superhero movies of all time.
Okay, we're gonna have to go to commercial break, guys. We'll be right back.
The train scene.
Just cut it off as soon as you say that. The train scene.
The train scene. Back commercial.
We're back, guys.
So the train scene. What other movie has a fight as iconic as that? As creative?
How is it iconic? Just because it has Joey Diaz in it as a cameo?
No, bro. Taking into consideration, okay, the train is moving. You have a bunch of innocent people that Spider-Man also needs to look after, but also he's fighting this guy. And then you have to consider how the cinematography at the time that it was made. Okay, how are we going to film this fight scene on a freaking moving train considering all these different obstacles? And then the graphics they used at the time holds up perfectly today. It's just a lot of things to consider. But mainly, I think Spider-Man 1 and 2 had the best cinematography.
How does Dr. Octopus even die in the second movie? I don't even remember how the final battle happened.
He sacrifices himself to save Peter and Mary Jane.
What is he like? What's going on in the final battle?
He's building like a flux capacitor or some shit. I don't know. That's the only gripe I probably had with that movie. I don't know what the hell his motives were. He was creating this big orange ball.
Also, I hate it. Like none of like what happened in the second movie just didn't carry over to the third movie. Besides like the main plots, like
I feel like that's with all superhero movies.
No, like most like the MCU at least attempted with like repercussions.
I think MCU is the exception.
Like how you find out how Vulture was made in Homecoming. How like he was the group that cleaned up most of like the aftermath, but then the people lost their jobs because Tony Stark didn't want people to get a hold of that technology, obviously because it was dangerous alien debris left over from the battles in New York.
I'm saying in terms of like MCU, obviously that had to go with the theme, but you know
because they have like continuity.
superhero movies prior to that, I don't think they gave a shit. You know, like Thor
I
1,
guess.
Thor 2, Deadpool 1, Deadpool 2.
Yeah, screw Thor 1 and 2, man. They're awkward.
Those are people
Why-
really want to ignore
is
the
it-
weird phase where like MCU was like
Trash, like where Iron Man technically was like existing, but then they like waited so long to come out with the Hulk movie, and then Iron Man's in it, so it was like low key kind of a unique MCU.
I think people
being
really
formed.
want to ignore that phase, like of Thor 1 and 2, and then
They're
Iron
just like,
Man
oh,
3.
it sets up and all that.
Yeah.
But in regards to all that, I think it was crazy how all of that came together. You know, like they actually were gonna do something crazy like that. To think
I don't
it was
think it
gonna
came
work.
together until Avengers.
Yeah,
For me, honestly.
I know you did a podcast on this earlier. I didn't get to watch it, but what did you say about Chadwick Boseman passing away? Like, what did you think that was crazy?
Yeah, I actually cried that episode. I don't know if you saw the whole thing.
I didn't get
but-
to. It is sad. Trust me. Like I was sad too because like maybe I'm exaggerating, but like he really fit the role, and it's like when you saw him, it's like you instantly just wanted to like not to be cheesy, but like think of like the Wakanda symbol or say Wakanda forever, not like in a rude way though, but like. I don't know. He just like was like he just felt like such positive energy that like you're willing to fantasize in that way with him because like he was such a nice person.
Here's my thing. I'm coming from a place of, and I'll try to summarize how I mentioned it in the podcast. I was at the theater, not the opening night, but the night after, with my mom, waiting in line, and I look over, and I see this dad walking around with his son, and his son is wearing this really poofy, blown up Black Panther outfit, the suit, and he's just jumping around. He's really happy. He's just happy to be there. It's just this little cute black kid in this Black Panther suit. And it was seeing that in like real time, it really just like hit me.
It's just like a very big moment just for superhero movies and just like the whole.
Not even superhero
Not even
movies.
that?
Not even superhero movies. For just black people in general.
Yeah.
Not to be that guy.
Yeah,
but
I didn't want to make it about that, but like it's just like the whole like it's just being that as like the backbone for that move, like the movie at the time, and like when it came out, it just spoke a lot, you know.
it was just one of those things where it's like that black kid, he wasn't able to do that a year ago. You go to Party City and you see Superman, you see The Flash, you see Spider-Man, you see whoever, and he wants to read a comic book. Superman, Spider, etc. Fact of the matter is, there was no one that looked like that kid until this movie came out. And obviously Black Panther was already established in the comics,
he just,
but
like,
it wasn't mainstream.
The role was just like it felt like it was like as cheesy as it sounds, cliche. He was born to do it in that way. He like there's so many elements to the movie. Felt like it was like an expression of himself. Yeah, as cheesy as that sounds.
I don't even want to say it's not, because it's not like it was Chadwick Boseman the movie. It was
you can see he's very good at like being himself, and he's able to do that in a movie.
Of course, yeah.
Besides like the fake accent and all that.
But my thing was him being the lead of the movie of that caliber. Predominantly black writers, a black cast, a black director, showing beautiful black themes of African American
and
culture.
I feel like people knew, like, you just like how you have that feeling when you know a movie's gonna be good. Like when you saw the first Infinity War trailer, you were really excited. You had those little doubts it was gonna suck, but you knew overall it was gonna hold up without those points that you didn't like. But when you saw Black Panther, I just felt like everyone knew it wasn't gonna be bad. Like you could tell, like, even if you didn't like Black Panther, you knew it was going to be good, and you didn't like it because you knew it was going to be good.
Even if it wasn't good, I'm glad it got made in general.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
I didn't think that was even going to be a thing.
I'm glad a movie such as that is on such a huge platform such as Marvel, because that's very important. Like I said, for people like me.
The closest thing we had was fucking Blade with Wesley Snipes.
I'm saying like that. What is a black kid gonna look to?
Yeah,
for someone that
before
looks
Black
like
Panther,
him?
we had fucking Hancock.
That's what I'm saying. Like Hancock was a good movie, but like it was just one of those things.
Well, I'm saying like it's definitely not like high up there like MCU level, but like
That's what I'm
that's
saying.
the closest thing we had, you know.
That's what I'm saying. I like how you say.
Are you saying it though?
No,
I
I like how you're saying we. Like I didn't have. That was my thing though, and that's the part where I started crying in the podcast. It just like broke me down, just seeing that little kid just in that suit and knowing that wasn't a thing. Like just a year ago, it was actually like beautiful, man. Knowing that he has someone,
Yeah, like he should have a right
like
to do
now.
that.
that's a superhero, and it's just it was just very cool. And I
You
guess
don't see it a lot.
yeah, I guess what Chad meant to me was he was the lead of a movie that showcased representation of a people that weren't represented correctly for years.
For sure.
Obviously we have our slave movies. We have our
Django Unchained's badass.
I want to get out the hood, mama. We have those movies, but we never had. I mean, not that we never had, but it's very rare that we have a movie that showcases us just being cool and prosperous as fuck.
You don't really get to see that.
We don't get critical acclaim for anything else outside of slave
but
movies.
I have
and
no.
hood movies.
Everyone's saying that they want like his sister that was in there, his sister in the movie to
Cherie?
play her. Yeah, and I don't disagree. But I just hate how people like immediately are so quick to like the internet just assumes like they get to decide who gets to be the next person and just force upon or roll upon someone without even like consent. Like they just want her to be there, and it's like they don't even like disregard like the fact that other people. What if they wanted to like really be it? Now
Especially her feelings and then whatnot, and like what does she want to do?
And it's like I'm not saying she couldn't be Black Panther, but I hate how like Black Panther. I want Black Panther to like leave a legacy. I don't want it to be some kind of forced, just like.
To cater to like
a specific audience or the big audience that happens to be the audience at the time. I want it to be like every other MCU movie where it's wholesome the first time around and kind of poopy the second time around, but it's still a good movie. You just you expect that you already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I actually haven't seen Black Panther, but I think it's bad. I've heard only good things, and in fact, a lot of reviewers I watch say, despite it being the cliche like it happens to be this black movie by black people and black directors, it really is unique because the culture about like black people is amazing. Like they're all like very unified, and like everything from like the Ibambe, like it just feels like unison. It makes you feel good to say it. Like all of it feels, even though it's a fake environment, it feels so real because they put so much passion. Like you could tell there's so much passion put into that.
And there's aspects of African culture, African American culture, and African culture in it. And the colors where they're wearing like the garm and stuff like that, and just the whole aesthetic of the movie.
Yeah, it amazes me that Stan Lee was able to make that vision for someone or for the people as a whole without even technically trying, because he just made those comics to entertain people and to make a living.
It's just wholesome, man. And Stan Lee himself was,
because I know like everyone's got their bad deeds, but I know I never heard bad from about Stan Lee, but I want to say he was a good guy.
He was kind of an activist in his own way. Christian's friend Daquan,
the one that works at Walmart,
yeah,
that worked at Walmart, yeah.
He was
Deshaun or Daywon, whatever.
Is it Deshaun?
Deshaun, yeah.
Fuck. We were talking though, on our Florida trip, and he was telling me how Professor X and Magneto represent Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, and I was like, holy shit.
Really?
That hit me like a train when he said that. Because if you think about the narrative of X-Men,
like the mutants and all that,
the mutants and
they get really like it's. I guess I didn't even think about it, but I didn't realize how hard they're persecuted. Like how like people like that were religiously persecuted moved to a different country, but they were able to leave. With X-Men, they got powers and like they got the whole world chasing them because they don't want them to become a threat or get in the wrong hands.
Because you guys are different, and we don't accept you. Therefore,
it was crazy. But like I guess if you think about it, X-Men's really good. Like especially the X-Men shows growing up. Like you have the X-Men show back in the day with the meme where Wolverine's touching the photo of like a picture where he's laying in bed. You have that one, and then you have the one where it's like kind of like I think 2001. I actually have an old puzzle of it. I don't know if it's still in my garage, but it's like the X-Men show where like Wolverine and it's got Cyclops, it's got Kitty, Nightcrawler,
yeah,
and like they become like the kids like Blob, the Trevor guy. They're all like in high school and shit. But Wolverine's an adult with Professor Xavier. I don't know if they finished it, but I know a lot of those kid shows were good. Some of them didn't get finished.
The X-Men was fire, man. But yeah, when Deshaun said that was kind of insane because it's like
definitely makes you want to look into that.
It kind of what the hell is that phrase where you put the you put the pill in the oatmeal or something like that?
I'm not sure. I don't think I've heard of that one.
You put the applesauce in the cereal. You put the pill.
You basically like knock out. You basically defeat. You basically get rid of the feeling of taking the pill or something or tasting it by just covering it with sugarcoating it with something. Like how people feed dogs pills by putting them in cheese.
Exactly.
Like,
you put the cereal in the bacon. So it's just one of those things where you kind of have to disguise it, put it in a subliminal way. But
it's crazy how well they do it, because I guess you're so focused on like the conflict at hand that you don't see the real big picture, because you're like, oh, what's gonna happen in the next issue, or you're focused on the characters.
And in the back of your mind, you're like, I'm going for the mutants. But these people are bad. To
could you maybe answer this?
Different.
So like superheroes have always been a thing in the comics, but like how could specifically the X-Men are persecuted? What's there between the mutants and like the heroes themselves that are in the other comics, where like Spider-Man's not being persecuted for being a Spider-Man, or how you don't see their...
It just varies from story to story.
Is it just X-Men just like that's just the way they wrote
That's
those?
just the story of X-Men, yeah.
Okay, it's just weird because you know how like the world they live in, like they're persecuted a lot. It's like, why don't, if they're just as persecuted, why don't they persecute the other superheroes like Captain America?
It was in the same. I don't think it was in the same universe at the time.
True. Well, so I guess
by the same person.
So they were all technically in the same universe, just that Stan Lee didn't unify them until like a certain point where like all their universes
not
matter.
till like the Avengers.
So he wants you to take it as like they are in the Marvel universe, but like it's not like they're gonna be like, oh, what's up, Spider-Man? Can you help fix this issue?
Exactly. I don't like the Avengers came. I want to say sometime down the line. I mean,
it's crazy. I guess it's a weird way to set up continuity, but I guess. But I'll be right back. I'm gonna go take a piss.
Okay. I'll go ahead and hold it down. I think we hit an hour anyway, right?
Like an hour and 5.
Yeah, we hit an hour and 5. We'll wrap it up when you come back. Wow, this is nice.
Yeah, man. Making progress.
I really appreciate that Kevin cameo. Shouts out to Kevin, Michael's brother. I haven't seen him in a very hot minute. It's kind of weird because I came into this podcast not knowing what the hell we were going to talk about. Let me just check Michael's camera because I'm a paranoid fuck. Okay, he's at 2 bars. I came into this podcast not knowing what we were going to talk about, but I didn't even do my snappies. I didn't do my snaps. We just kind of sat down and started talking. I usually do my intros. I guess I could do an intro now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there you have it. Hey. I'm kind of shook too because I know these lights are flashing on my face and everything, but I'm afraid the lighting on my face has been like very dim the entire time. Plus, I'm moving around a lot, so I hope I stayed in the shot. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just it's a work in progress. But it's episode like 22 or something like that. So I mean, hey, I should have figured this shit out by now. But you know, yeah, man, this is nice. I'm glad I had this talk with my friend Michael. I don't know what the fuck we talked about. It's kind of tangents on tangents on tangents. Maybe I'll name this episode that. Tangents on tangents on tangents. T's on T's on T's. Triple T, Booker T. Shouts out to Booker T. You remember Booker T? Can you dig it, sucker? Did Booker T say that? I feel like Booker T didn't come up with Can you dig it, sucker. I feel like that's a quote from a movie or something like that. I guess if you're still watching this at this point, leave in the comments, did Booker T come up with Can you dig it, sucker? Because that's something I genuinely want to know. And that's going to be on my mind that's a DS. My friend Michael has a DS still. I remember I had a DS back in the day, and I sold that shit for, I think I traded it with my friend. He gave me an Xbox 360, and I gave him my DS, my custom Zelda DS. So that's always fun. Remember Zelda? Remember Zelda and not the Twilight Princess, but Zelda. What was that one I played? It was Zelda for the DS, where he was all chibied out and he was so cute and had a big head and he was just a child at the time. I guess Zelda is perpetually a child. He ranges from child to teenager. He doesn't age. He's kind of like Pharrell. Zelda is the Pharrell of video games when you think about it, in terms of not aging at all. Jesus Christmas, I think I just broke the Matrix. I'm about to wake up in a fucking bathtub with in a world full of aliens putting babies in a damn tube. I think Michael's coming back to end this weird tangent.
I've been on a mochi binge and they're so good.
You said what?
A mochi binge and they're great.
You didn't bring me one? That's fine. I don't even know what mochi is.
It's like soft Japanese ice cream.
Oh,
Like it has a marshmallow form, but it's more appealing.
Shouts out to mochi. Here you go. I guess let's wrap up this podcast. I don't know what the hell we talked about, but anyway, back to what I put in my smoothies. So we have eggs. I don't crack them. 1 whole banana. 2 cups of milk, preferably whole milk. Peanut butter. 2 scoops of peanut butter. Yogurt. Some nice Greek yogurt. Vary it up. Vanilla. Banana. Coconut. Peach. What else do I put in that bit?
Do you grocery shop every week for this on a specific day, or
Once a week. Once a week, I have to grocery shop and stock up. Ice
how much do you spend on groceries?
in the shake mix. If I'm stocking up fully, it's around $96. $96, $97.
Is that bad? Or good? Is that good or bad? Do you just go to Walmart for that, or
Yeah, usually Walmart.
do you do?
I can't tell if it's good or bad
Do
nowadays.
you do like their online pickup service, or do you just go in and get what you need?
I just go in.
Okay.
Yeah, who cares? I mask up.
Okay.
I do what I can. I do it.
Damn. Imagine if you just thrown up right there. I would just been like, we're going to commercial break, guys.
Yeah, I would have pulled up.
And we're back. We just cleaned up the puke, and everything's clean now.
I would have pulled a Raph in that moment.
Oh God, he was actually.
Can we wrap it up with a story about Raph puking in your
Oh God, guys! All right, so get ready for this one. So I had peer pressured my friend into drinking because I told him I had felt bad that he had not been really drinking because we had all been drinking. So I was wondering why he hadn't. Had I made the mistake to urge him on, I wish I'd never done that. And I'd find out the next day that he drank too much whiskey and he puked in my trash can. And he did make it to the trash can because he felt it coming up when he woke up. But little did he know, my trash can did not have a bag in it, and it has holes in it. And this man literally puked into my toilet with my trash can with the holes in it, and hit my door. And it looked like someone was like beaten to death near my door, and blood was splattered. And he says it was just 3-day-old lasagna. Disgusting, I know.
Raph told you
And
that.
the man left without saying anything. He even said goodbye to my parents because he got picked up by a friend. And because he's so bad at communicating, this man did not know how to say anything. He just waved and left, and I was the one to get bitched at. And it just was not a good time. All my friends had left beforehand, before they heard anything from my mom, except for my friend Chase, who's just sitting there feeling bad and doesn't understand the Spanish my mom's yelling about, saying he wanted to help her. And I'm just like, no. It's already fucked.
Did your friends leave before you woke
You
up?
left too. You left early too.
Oh yeah, but so do you know if your friends left after Raph left?
Everyone was
prior?
gone except for Chase.
God bless. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you left first. I think. Did you even notice the puke when you left?
No, I don't think he did it at the time.
Like, when did you leave that night? Did you leave like that same
Because
night?
you said I was the first to leave, so I don't think I.
Oh, you were the first to leave.
I'm pretty sure.
I know Gary got picked up first. And then
Oh
you
really?
left
Okay,
after,
gotcha.
Because we were watching Neo Yokio, and then we watched Konosuba. And all
Oh
that.
yeah.
It was after Iron Age.
I would have noticed some puke in the trash can. I would have smelled it or something like that.
You probably left before it happened. Like probably like 6 in the morning.
I
or
feel like
something.
way before, bro. That's insane.
Yeah.
The fact, how gangster is it to puke in your boys?
That's not gangster.
No. Listen, hear me out. How gangster is it to puke in your boys' trash can without a trash bag in it? Go upstairs, not tell your homie, tell his parents bye, and then leave.
That just sounds like a rude guest. It doesn't sound like a slick guy. Because he probably feels like shit.
If Raph did that to me, granted.
Don't say you wouldn't be mad, because I'd be mad at you for not being mad at him.
No, actually, contrary, I wouldn't be talking to that guy for a good 6 months
Okay,
before I
I was
link
about
up
to
with him again.
I was about to
You're
say.
strong. You're actually more patient than I in that regard. I completely respect you for hitting him up. Still, I would. You got me for a solid
It's no problem.
6 months ignoring your
You
calls
just,
or texts.
What was it? It's whatever. He's a good friend when he can be. So
Shouts out to Raph. We love us. some
shouts
Raph.
out to Raph for not being here.
Yeah, but also if he did that, I definitely would have thrown him in the river. So
Drink wood for Raph. But I guess that's about wrapping up this podcast.
Yeah. I guess that's it. Michael?
It's a good talk, man. I hope we have other topics more to discuss, and then we could get on to more episodes with me included, and we'll see how it goes.
Hold your horses. But yeah, we'll see what
Well,
happens.
he said this guy is not going to be in every episode. He goes, this guy talks way too fucking much.
We'll see what happens.
He goes, you're good.
Michael, once again, thank you. My name's Xavier. This has been my boy,
Yeah, thanks for
Michael.
having me, man.
Yeah, anytime, bro. This has been Layman in the morning, or I guess Layman in the evening at this point.
Yeah, about to go to fucking bed.
Hell yeah. You guys take it easy. You have a great rest of your day, and
Stay safe out there, guys.
What does Truman say? Have a good evening, good day, and good night.
That's all, folks.